Okay, be careful. Ready? One. Okay. We're gonna roll.
Yeah, Taylor, center up a little bit, get between them. There you go.
And we're just like doing a line here.
You got it.
Am I looking at her?
Yep.
Be
Okay,
careful.
so like engage this way.
It's okay. Maybe be careful. There we go. There we go. It's okay.
Thank you.
Just be careful.
Hey, Ems, I need you to stay in the bus. Kenny, will you help her get more raisins?
No.
Do you mind? Kenny will help you get more raisins. Okay, get some more raisins.
One.
She can.
Two,
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, go.
Yeah. Love you. Thank you.
1,
Those shoes are
2.
cute. Beach
I know.
shoes.
I love those shoes.
Go.
You guys. Welcome to the chaos. This episode coming in hot with a lot of kids inside a school bus. You guys, I am at the house, actually the school bus.
School bus.
I have a very dear friend, Taylor and Dave Nichols. They are about to take a journey that I just can't pass up telling you about this. And so here we
Crossed our
go.
minds.
You guys, tell our channel what's your name and what do you do? Introduce yourself.
Dave Nichols. By day, I do MEP engineering, construction consulting. And by night, I plan a bus build and take care of children. And I do that by day too, because we're all in COVID. So between conference calls.
Okay.
And I'm Taylor Nichols. I'm a mama, wife. We have 4 kiddos. Our kids are 10, 8, 2, and currently 2. So for the next month, we will have 2 2-year-olds. And I'm a podcaster and just a dreamer, and have a desire to see our kids and our family get on the road and go adventure the U.S.
That was my next question. You guys, they have 4 children. This is awesome. So
We've lost our mind. I really think that we have lost our mind.
yeah.
Don't you think?
So why? We're gonna renovate this bus together. Why are you wanting to take a bus on the road with 4 children? There will be 6 people in this bus, you guys.
And a dog. And a dog.
Oh, lab.
And a dog.
The dog. Waylon's coming.
Waylon's going too.
Bear.
There's
Come here.
Try my kid.
Because I'm just really good at making babies calm, except not kids. And we have 4 kids and no babies. So we're snugglebugging. We're snugglebugging.
Oh my gosh.
I think, when COVID hit, our family just really, it was like all of the foundational parts of our life that we thought were really secure. And we knew at times it had cracks or had things that were, problematic in it. It was like COVID kind of shook the foundation and really shook out the little nuts and bolts and sticks that we had stuck in to kind of secure things. And so in that process, Dave and I just started talking about what are our values and our hopes, what do we want? And through that, really we're we want more adventure in our life. We want to get on the road. We want to go and see the world. And I think as there was cultural tension and just a lot of tension in the world, we started asking ourselves questions like, are we really aligning our values and what we're doing with our daily life? And it felt like there was a gap between those. And so we took a trip over the summer and went to Colorado. We stayed a little bit longer. We built our company. We own an engineering firm, and we built it on a mobile platform. And with that, we were like, what would it look like for us to take our family on the road? And so we tried for a week and kind of saw, could we do this? What would it look like? And we had a lot of fun, and I think came back and we talked to the kids and were like, would y'all, school was really complicated and life was really complicated. And we were like, what would it look like for us to kind of get on the road with this? And so that's where the idea of a bus came from. And I think there's times where we're like, why didn't we just do an RV, or why didn't we just, get a fifth wheel, or maybe do VRBOs? But I think the other component of that was really, we have a heart for teaching our kids things, and we both really love creating. And so the idea of taking something old and turning it into something new that fit our family's needs was exciting.
Yep.
And also now maybe a little insane.
So how big is your current house that you live in?
About 2,000,
2,800 square feet.
So you're going to go
Last
from
house.
2,800 down to
314 square feet.
314 square feet. So you guys are going to be legit tiny home dwellers soon.
Yeah.
For at least a year, you think?
Yeah.
The goal is a year. Okay, tell me why this bus. It's a 40-foot bus, right?
So it's a 40-foot bus. Legal limit is 42 feet, so it's just slightly below the legal length limit. This bus because it has lots of windows. It's long, so we've got the latitude of fitting everyone in here. But there's mechanical components that we chose. Not knowing what the first 130,000 miles were like with this bus and who maintained it and what kind of treatment it got. there's some unknown mechanical components. So this particular bus, it has an international inline 6 diesel engine that can be rebuilt in place. So if we had a catastrophic engine failure and we needed to rebuild the engine, it's about $1,000 in parts plus labor.
Amazing.
To rebuild the entire engine, and it doesn't have to come out of the bus.
As opposed to what could have been a $20,000.
Right, like it's a deal killer. Like all the time and effort and energy that you spent building your tiny house or your mobile house or schoolie, gone, and you're forced to spend $20K to rebuild an engine. So it felt like it was hedging. 2002.
2002. Okay. And so the 3 challenges that so far, like where you guys called me because you're having trouble like with the floor plan. You're trying to fit what? Give me a quick bullet point list. What do you want to fit in here?
6 people and a dog, king size bed, washer and dryer, all of the utilities required to make a house function, solar panels, living room, and
school
dining area and
work
school area. So,
Bathroom.
yeah, bathroom, shower.
A desk for you.
Yeah, a desk for me. There's a lot of overlap of spaces. So I think with having so much experience in tiny house design, and the idea of being able to have multi-use spaces becomes really critical when you go to a really small spot. So that's why we wanted to go talk to you.
Yeah. Everything has to be convertible. Okay, tell me really quick, what have you done so that we can pick up from where you've left off or where you are right now? You guys are working on this like side hustle.
Yeah.
You have done what things? Steel reinforcement?
Right, steel reinforcement. We had to replace the storage bins in the bottom because of salt and rust in the way that the bus was built. We've taken the angled cowling out of the back of the bus so we can fit a king size bed in the back.
Which you explained to me that that's something most people think you can't do.
Yeah, I mean, I posted on some forums trying to get some feedback from people on what you could and couldn't do, and I did not get positive feedback until I called and talked to a really nice guy named Luke at sqft.com, and they have a project that they did it on, so I just kind of bounced some thoughts and ideas off of him.
Of the door,
That's the emergency door. We don't want to cause an emergency. Yeah. Yes.
You throw it through the door.
And he was super nice, and he was like, yeah, we totally did that on our projects, you know. From a technical standpoint, he spoke my language, and we talked about the things that needed to happen, and we totally pulled the trigger on it. And I think it changes. It's an extra 3.5 feet.
So you're able now to fit a king size bed back there, which is actually just kind of almost laughable when you guys told me that you want to fit your whole family in here and you still want a king size bed for your snuggles. You know, you kind of laugh at that. But it is actually possible.
It's like thinking about doing this is also pushing up against the limitations you know in yourself and where you are going to have to grow yourself. And so I think that's been a hard part for us, trying to figure out some of those processes of like, Dave is pretty much, I mean, he has 2 older siblings that were not in the home when he was raised. I'm the middle child of 6 kids, 5 brothers. So figuring out how do we honor Dave's need for a little bit more space, my need for like a space that feels curated, and it's kind of figuring out some of those things and kind of reassessing what areas in your heart you need to grow and expand, and then what areas do you need to acknowledge, like these are healthy limitations that I need to have. And so we're trying to figure out how to do that in a 300 square feet.
314 square feet.
314.
This is a little crazy.
314 square feet. I can't say it out loud because it's a little bit, I have a little tension.
Okay, actually with that, this is my last question. What is your biggest fear about this road trip? Or this whole process? What's your biggest fear?
I think that the idea that we are going to have more capacity or are going to be able to expand our patience faster than what I think is probably the case. And so knowing that there is going to be tension in that process of learning to have grace with one another, learning to have grace with our kids. And, you know, at the heart of this, we have 4 children, and we're trying to raise our kids to have character and to see people and to be gracious and to stretch themselves and to know that they can change parts of themselves, but really coming to an understanding in ourselves that that's something that we model to them more than it is something that we teach and tell them. And so
we want them to choose adventure. We want them to
that.
how do you develop grit?
Yeah.
By doing.
By doing it, yes.
Yeah, by doing things that require grit is how you build grit.
Grit is literally one of my favorite words. Okay, the last thing. The name of the school bus is?
Nichols Adventure Schoolhouse.
How fun is that? that, you guys. I am so excited about this project. I don't take on many residential, you know this, but when y'all called, I was like, I have to do this with you guys. This is so much fun. And you're an engineer and you're so creative. I think this is an awesome partnership because your wisdom in the utility, a lot of people come to me and they want to do projects like this, but they cannot get past the utility side and all the mechanical side of how do you actually live inside something like this and be able to go to the bathroom and cook and clean, all these things. You're going to understand how to do that so well, and that gives us the freedom to all dream and create together.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
It's going to be amazing. So with that said, you guys, stay tuned. This is going to be such a killer project. I'm going to also link their YouTube channel. Please go follow them. Can you tell?
What an adventure!
This is a comedy show, you
There's
guys.
only 2 of the 4 in here right now, but
Yeah. So stay tuned. We're so excited. Thank you for joining. Go hit that subscribe button, you guys. Thank you. Have a good day.